Do this.
Dude, did you like my celebrity twin shit?
Who's your celebrity twin?
Joe Biden, apparently.
So I just want to see.
Oh yes, I did. I remember that.
I just want to see you looking some ice cream, wearing some sunglasses.
Yeah, I'm like, really? Was it because I had my hair up? I don't know.
Is it because
your nose and your teeth?
Huh?
It's your nose and your teeth.
Maybe, but I wasn't smiling until I took the picture. Ugh.
Small stinky dog.
Sure as fuck smells like dog in here, man.
I'll wash the dog better next week. I
My
promise.
cats are cooler. They stink.
She old senile lady too.
My cat always smells like fresh air. That's extra bright today.
It's the color. It's usually bluer.
Oops.
Touch the record button on the tablet.
Where's the record button on the tablet?
It's the little camera button on the my right.
You gotta scoot over wrong.
Yeah. Or I'll be sitting on everybody's lap.
I have these same things, but they're longer ones.
Yeah, I made them short. I pulled them up inside here, and then I did the thing. I did the thing.
Too bad I didn't wear them today. They're changing too.
Oh yeah, could have been like
So I think
celestial
the
twins.
kid has a pair of those still.
I think Ron needs a pair of those and we can all three wear them.
Hell yeah.
Did you get at the dollar store?
I don't. Stacy gave them to me.
We could all look like matching cultists.
That's
Are you
right.
gonna leave? You gonna leave me?
Don't do it, man. You're the pod pup now.
The pod pup. Let's get that. Can we get that out of there? Get this. It's annoying to me.
Yeah, she's gotta be photo ready. Come on.
You hooker. It's just some hair. Stop it.
Stop being a bitch, man.
There.
What?
She's like, but I am a bitch.
Alrighty.
There.
Itchy. Got shit stuck on my teeth.
Alrighty. Welcome, friends, to another episode of the Strobing Butt Plug. 61st episode, and today.
You didn't even have to ask. Impressive.
That's right. Because I edited the other one today, and I said next week will be 61. So anyway.
No, we did 61.
Oh damn it, we did do 61. No, and I edited it at 61 too. All right. Okay. Here we go. Welcome, friends, to another episode of the Strobing Butt Plug. Today, 62nd episode of the Strobing Butt Plug, a podcast about craft beer, obviously.
And not fucking up.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
Never fuck up.
One of these days we'll get like this fucking whole intro.
Hey, right, exactly. I think it's perfect right now. Today, I am your host, Missy Davis. We have the lovely Ariana.
Hello.
The lovely Ron. And today, our special guest, the stinky pod pup Jada. Just snorts and stinks a lot.
Jada is like 12 years old, stone-ass deaf. I inherited her from my grandma. But she's still cute. She snorts a lot, eats her ass. She eats along well, I think, in the scheme of things.
And today, we will be drinking some craft beer, like always. We have the Torte Spectacular from Foundation Brewing Company. Let's see. I do not see 6.3%. This is a milk stout with cocoa, vanilla, raspberry, and natural flavors.
I just got off.
Yay!
Yeah. And I'm also thinking, you know what? It's got the freaking beer for Wednesdays there.
Hell yeah.
We also have Baharmi. Bhramari. Bramari. Last Splash. Strawberry rhubarb, prickly pear, lemon limeade sour.
That sounds interesting.
It does. Drink immediately, keep cold. Well, we're going to be drinking that one first. 5.5% alcohol.
Hell yeah. That
Really.
beer we did was from that same place.
Oh, yeah? We got really cool can art.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. Okay, fine, go.
That's gonna be stuck in my head for fucking ever. Thanks, Ron.
And like
Go.
always,
Actually,
the mysterious Burius, the Dos Equis mysterious Burius.
I think Missy was taking her time this time because she was like wanting us to touch her butt or something.
No, you gotta. So you gotta hold the can. Stacy says whenever I twist it, you're twisting it too fast. You can't see the can up, so you gotta hold it still. And I'm actually excited about the mysterious Burius because I took that to my beautiful girlfriend Stacy's house, and we tried it. And I'm gonna not say anything that we thought about it. Could be really gross, and I'm excited to gross you guys out.
I mean, you were the one that gave us that fucked up tomato beer, weren't you?
I hope it's not gross after those two amazing sounding ones.
It was. I did bring the fucked up tomato beer. It wasn't really a tomato beer. It was the persimmons or what is that? What is it called?
It tastes like tomatoes.
But it did taste tomatoey.
Oh, gross.
But no. So we tried that beer, and I'll let you guys know what we thought about it after you guys try it.
Cool, man.
Sweet.
I'm gonna rate it a 6.9
6.9. The one that I've already didn't.
Nice.
out of 5.
6.9 out of 5. Oh wait, damn it! I opened the wrong one first.
No!
You fucked up.
I did.
You fucked up.
We gotta drink it.
Already fell.
It will still be coldish enough to drink immediately beer. So I must be Papa Smurf today.
Oh, cool. I didn't even pay attention.
And Ron is the hand job Smurf.
I'm hefty, man.
Ariana's the
Yeah.
hefty Smurf.
Ron gets the best hand jobs.
He does.
Oh, I don't want this.
Absolutely. Let's see.
In other news, Jade has decided to abandon me for now. She is wandering around the floor going, well, I want to sit there for an hour. Fuck this.
She's not gonna shit on my floor, is she?
She's
Nah.
gonna shit on the floor.
She shit before we came in.
Okay.
And she hasn't ate nothing since, so I doubt it.
It's a nice cool floor, so she's probably just keeping cool. So I don't have much to talk about this week, you guys.
Right.
So I mentioned this when we were having our pre-podcast planning session, aka food. But like today at work, I was in a manager's office and he just kept droning on and on and on. And suddenly it hit me. The urge to take a fat shit. And he kept talking and talking. And there was a phone call. And he's like, hang on, this will take a second. And I was like, I'll be right back. The nearest bathroom, the fancy executive bathroom, is right next to his office. So, yeah, I went there and blew ass, and you definitely heard it through the thin wall.
I would have blown that shit up too. So this raspberry beer smells very heavy on the raspberry, but you know,
It smells like cough syrup.
okay, it could be. It smells like, to me, the raspberry cream savers with chocolate. A little bit.
Yeah, it's raspberry chocolate flavor. It's definitely good.
Ooh, it's really good. Not as thick as it looks like it would be.
Oh,
It is
Yeah.
really good.
I can really get the raspberry in it.
I think
yeah,
after
you're right. It's like kind of light, actually.
Right, I didn't think it would be that light. I thought it looked thicker.
I think after having that really thick pumpkin, this doesn't taste as light. As we pre-beered with some pumpkin warlock special edition.
True, absolutely. I see sediment though. Looks like somebody took a shit in the bottom of my glass. Small shits. Like fart particles and ass matter.
Yeah, I see stuff in there. I feel like this tastes like something we've had before, but I don't know which one it was.
Alright, definitely. I like it, but I would like it if it was thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have any ratings for it?
It's not great. It's not bad.
I think it's like
I'll give it a 3 myself.
3.5.
I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I would definitely drink again.
I would drink it. I
Yeah.
would actually I could sit and drink a couple of these probably. I don't think they're like
For some reason,
too heavy.
No, they're not too heavy to drink a couple of them.
I think I could get away with one, and then I'd want something else. I'd get bored with it.
But if you bought a 6-pack, would you be like, oh, I can drink 3 in a row, easy?
Nah, I'd get bored. The
I
flavor profile is not doing it for me. I get through one, and then I'd want something else. You know, keep a couple dozen different flavors in the fridge and go, okay, I'll have another one of those down the road and do it in a few weeks. Yeah.
The texture of it is a little, I don't know. It's not, it's odd. It's not bad. It's not good. I mean, I would give it like a probably 3.5. Easy.
Okay, so Missy.
For some reason,
Mom says 3.
I don't think, would you say raspberry? I keep thinking roses.
What do you want? 3 or 3?
I don't know why.
We'll give it a 3.
3 for Missy, 3 for Ron, and 3.5 for me. So, what?
You guys have been
Go
doing
ahead.
that all day. Every time one tries to say something, the other tries to say
Our
something.
brains
That's
are like
true.
connected, but just to the point where we try to speak and then the connection breaks. After you.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
So like I didn't have anything to say. So like I was just gonna try to fill airspace.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties. Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Okay.
Titties.
Asses.
Boobs. And booties.
And vagina.
So when this airs, we'll be like a week out from that concert, right?
No.
No? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Riot
I don't
Fest?
know.
Yes.
Oh, man.
We're going to be going to Riot Fest in... I'm going to bite it. We're going to be going to Riot Fest in Chicago here in a few weeks. And it's going to be the shit. I'm excited. What are all the headliners? My Chemical Romance.
Are they?
Friday. So I was looking that shit up.
Yeah. That's the one I'm excited
I was looking that shit up. My Chemical Romance, Who the Hell's Saturday?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
Really?
I paid attention
it was
to
a
it at
bunch of-
one point.
Oh, it was a bunch of big guys I was
It
wanting to
was a
see.
bunch.
It was like the Misfits or something.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Misfits.
Misfits are going to be there.
I can't remember everybody. I know there was a lot of them.
Like
I know they added, it seems like they added people.
I showed the list to my daughter the other day, and she was just sitting there going, "The fuck? This is all one thing? Yeah. The fuck?"
That's
9 Inch Nails.
That's the other one I was wanting to see.
War.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow Card. I don't know who that is. Bad Religion. Fuck yeah. Bad Religion. Bauhaus. Ice Cube.
Yeah, I think that was one they added after the fact.
Yeah, Ice Cube was at Louder and Live, wasn't he? We did that a few years ago.
I don't know.
Jimmy Eat World. Portugal the Man. Foxy Shazam. A lot of people. here.
Mannequin Pussy. I love that. It's funny
yeah.
sounding.
The Get Up Kids. I've heard of some of these, and some of these I'm not really sure.
Right. I
Just
feel
cool.
like I have heard of less than I have actually heard of. Placebo.
Yes, we're going to be going to Riot Fest. It'll be the fucking shit. We might record some stuff from there and post it. We might not. Who knows? Do you want us to? Let us know in the comments.
Post it on Facebook because, well, I don't know. If you post it on Facebook, they might take it down too.
Live stream that shit?
I don't know if they take down live streams like that if they catch it from being a concert.
I don't know.
I think sometimes all the concert garbage in the background, they have trouble actually seeing that it's a concert.
Some of them might be like a venue decision too, you know?
I don't know.
Something like that is going to be fucking huge, so it'll be hard to really organize it well anyway. It's not going to be taken down immediately, so yeah, I know I'll live stream at least something. Probably on my personal page.
Sure.
And if you want, I'll definitely do it on the Strobing page. Do you want us to do it? Do you want us to not do it? Tell us.
It's like, don't fucking post it. We don't give a shit about a fucking concert.
We're gonna post it anyway, whether you like it or not.
That's right. You tell us not to. We're not going to listen. Sorry.
And then at some point, somebody's going to flash boobs, and then Facebook's going to be like, you know what? I don't care about the copyright claims. They're boobs. You're banned for a month, bitch.
Right.
Yeah, I won't be flashing boobs.
I might be.
Most likely Ron's probably gonna be the one.
That'd be hilarious. I would laugh at the boob flashies.
I have already been flashed today, so
Yeah, good for you. Who flashed you?
Ron.
Oh, well, I didn't go see it.
Oh, you will.
Okay.
You will.
I feel scared a little bit. I feel threatened.
I feel aroused.
No, that's even scarier.
I feel humored. So I was sitting here the other night, and I'm like sitting here talking to myself and playing a game.
Did you shake hands again?
No,
I
I felt like I was going to today, but I haven't. Thank you. But anyway, I'm like sitting here talking to myself and kind of like beatboxing to myself like I do, and then like I
She's
heard
beating her box.
I heard like clicking noises next to me. I'm like sitting right here, and I hear clicking noises next to me, and I'm like, I like had a couple drinks in me, so I was kind of like not really paying that much attention. And then it got louder, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I look over, and there's this fucking possum right here, like on my bird feeder. Like it climbed up the pole, and it was like had its back feet holding onto the pole, and it had its tail like it's one of those like double bird feeders or like the double pole things. So it had its tail wrapped around between the two hooks, and then it was like somehow descended itself across.
Looked like it was pole dancing.
Yeah,
like a fucking bitch swinging around the pole,
hanging across and like hanging onto the bird feeder and eating. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, like, and it wasn't scared of me or anything. So until I started beating on the window, I'm like, get out, like, I'm like, don't eat my fucking bird seed, man. That shit's expensive.
Right.
But
eat the fucking bugs.
Right. Anyway, like, I was talking to somebody about that, and I was like, yeah, and I had a skunk. Like, I was texting, I was like, yeah, I had a skunk on my porch too. I'm like a freaking Disney princess over here. And
that's great. You should have tried to invite them all in.
Well, and like the next day, well, maybe it was later that night, that skunk was back out there eating cat food, and I took a picture of it. I was like on today, I texted it to him. I was like, on today's episode of Disney Princess, and he's like, fuck that.
That's awesome.
And then he's like,
You're like Elsa, but instead of ice, your power is skunks.
well, I was like, yeah, I sang to him through the window, and because that's the kind of shit a Disney princess would do, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck you sing to it? Like, move, bitch, get out the way. And I'm like, meatloaf. and then he didn't respond to me after that. And I'm like, man, he must have thought that was fucking weird. And then I was like, but I really did sing meatloaf to a skunk.
I would believe that.
I just want you to forewarn us, if you've made friends with a skunk and you decide to allow it in your house and make it as your new pet, just forewarn us.
I really did sing it because I was trying to scare it away with my bad singing voice.
my thing is, what Ron said, you're like Elsa, but instead of ice, your power is skunk. I'm like, no, her power is farting and stinking everybody out of the way. That's why she attracts the skunks
well, her power
and the possums. She attracts trash animals and smelly animals because they're like, what's that beautiful smell? Ooh.
Hey, bitch, I attract hummingbirds too.
She farts and that
You attract them with your hummingbird feeders. It's not you.
she farts and that skunk's like
Who's putting the hummingbird feeders out there?
She farts and that skunk's like, ooh la la, and Pepe Le Pew, how are you doing today?
Fill those hummingbird feeders with your farts. Let's see how many of them you attract. None.
Look up, suck on it, just thud.
That'd be hilarious.
Birds. I attract birds.
Here's a bird for
fucking
you, man.
Turkeys and geese and shit. Fuck those.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I overheard a half conversation at work today.
Half conversation?
Yeah. While I was, like, at the North office there were two ladies, and it's a very Catholic country, but they were talking about, this one lady was talking to the other, all happy about how they had an exorcism over the weekend.
Did they actually have the exorcism?
According to what I heard, yeah. There's some Catholic, like, father person around here that is very good at doing exorcisms. And the story went that this was her daughter and her son-in-law.
So it was their house?
It was their house, yeah. And basically, recently, his mother had died, and his mother was like, she described it as like always like very possessive and like mean-natured and everything. And they decided that the house was haunted with the spirit of the guy's mother. And it kept screwing with everybody but him. She said something to the point that like her daughter had a chest part, a handprint on her chest from where this thing was trying to leave, and like said something to the effect of, now the thing is, this is, my son-in-law's, this was his mother. The preacher said if he would have told his mother to leave, she would have, but he was, always a mama's boy and would refuse to tell his mom to leave the house. And I'm like, super Catholic country. I wonder how much I believe this and how cool it is. Because you guys know I'm very skeptic.
Right.
Any thoughts on that?
Well, my one thought was maybe it's meth, or maybe it truly is. Because there's been a couple times where there's somebody that I knew that they had a couple, so they had somebody come out exercise their house. I think like they had it maybe done once, but for some reason I think I remember hearing about it twice. But maybe it was because they also like they got everybody in the house baptized and shit. But then like just the crazy shit kept happening. But they were all also on meth. But also the one girl she kept saying she was having dreams about like a fire. So then like the way this house was really weird. It's a really old house, and it was connected to the house beside it. But the way it was sold, the two totally different land contracts. So even though the house like literally is connected to the other house with a door upstairs in between, like a kind of like a crawl space, it just
And picture like Coraline for some reason. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
What is it?
Coraline. It's a really cool movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Tim Burton, like stop motion photography, whatever.
But so anyway, that one bedroom was redone. The one that the fire, the dream, the girl kept having a dream about fires in that room. And so they got into, like, they pulled the door open and they, like, in between the two houses, there's, like, a lot of charred wood where there was a fire right there in that room, you know, like, all that shit. Like, it was like, there was a fucking fire in here. And she didn't know that. Like, because they tore apart walls and floors to find all these boards that had, like, a bunch of charred shit from fire.
It's like my house had a fire and I didn't know about it until I tore shit apart.
But she was having dreams about it in that room. So it's kind of like, so you were having those dreams and you had this and that. So weird shit, was happening in that house. And it's like, but then, like, all the, like, people on meth are like, oh, a bunch of weird shit's happening. But at the same time, it's kind of like, when you're not very with it, like you're like drugs can make you and let's say
your perceptions are a little less than accurate.
Well, no, that's not it. But so drugs and like drama and just a lot of chaos within a house, like those type of people are more easily like affected by shit like that at times. Like I feel like I've heard like poltergeist activity is like surrounds itself by like a lot of like high emotion.
Chaos begets chaos.
So, yes.
I hear that happens like with teenagers.
A lot, yeah. Because, well, they're high emotion. It's up, down, it's a fucking roller coaster. And I feel like it would be the same, like if you're on drugs, you're like up, down, high emotional roller coaster. You're fucking yourself up. You're not making very good life decisions. So everything's really like just dramatic and like you just have a lot of bullshit going on because it's constantly up and down. So you would be more likely to have those scenarios, but because you're on drugs, everybody be like, nah, it's just the drugs.
Yeah.
So I've not had any like crazy things happen, but
I thought your story about the possum was going to be a ghost story at first. That's why I segued into mine, but go ahead.
Whenever I've felt the most depressed is when I've seen like moving shadows and shit like that at night. But I'm like, I don't know if it's like hallucinations from like maybe like mental illness or, you know what I mean? Like being depressed or lack of sleep, whatever, because that can cause that. Or if it's actually like something is attracted to you when you're feeling a certain kind of way.
I think the times that I had been the most emotionally high strung or just had the most emotional, volatile ups and downs, I have seen that shit. Like, I mean, there has been times where I was having everything go good, but I was still seeing weird shit, but it was different weird shit. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it was just, like, the sleep paralysis versus just seeing shit that, like, spooked me. And the sleep paralysis thing, even though it was super scary at the time, I feel like that was more so, like, a good thing entering into something good versus something like coming in and attaching or...
Your dog is wiping
Oh my god! What is wrong? She shit someplace and she's trying to get this shit out of her ass. She's like, she was like... She had her ass on the floor and she was just scooting herself in circles.
Like, pretty proficient at that too, man.
She did good.
Holy shit.
But this floor is really slick, so the way the way she did that, she literally looked like she was just sliding across the floor. Like
maybe she thought her asshole was warm and it felt good.
Like one of those. What the hell is that? Where they take the brooms and that thing across the ice?
Yeah, curling.
It literally, she was like one of those curling things, just sliding around on the floor.
She's like, hey, it's just my house. It's okay.
I need like a lot of cameras in here. Every time we
ass tracks on my floor now.
I wonder if there's actual. I don't really see any actual tracks, but I bet you're gonna step on a turd somewhere.
I bet my
in your
cat's
house.
gonna be fucking pissed.
Your cat's gonna sniff a line.
She is. She's gonna be like, what the fuck is
This
this
dog
bitch?
ass.
Jenna's like, I'm sorry.
Just scooting your ass across the floor.
Confused. I'm all let him see now.
Is your ass warm and hot and the floor make it feel good and you're just scooting it along like, ooh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, you should try sliding your ass on the floor too.
Maybe I should. Who fuck?
You
I
should
don't know.
it. It's great.
Yes.
Ron just wants to sing with my pants down. Fuck
Ron is always scheming to get our pants down.
Pants down,
Son of
tops
a
off.
bitch.
Again, I said this already once today. Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Ron, if you take your pants off and swirl your ass around on the floor, I'll be glad to do it.
Glad to watch?
I'll be glad to do it too. Like your ass and balls have to drag the floor, and you have to scoot yourself as fluidly as your dog did.
The real question here is, because this isn't my floor, your floor, Ariana, do you approve of that?
We should have ass floor races.
I like it. I like what you're doing here. I see how it's going. Ass floor races. I'm into this. We got ass floor races.
I bet I'll win.
It's gonna be like the longest.
I can see you winning.
Is this like the longest skid mark wins or the shortest?
The longest skid mark.
The longest, fastest. There's gonna be like a finish line. Whoever gets there first.
But it has to be long too. Like we could have different divisions, and
We
then
need to
the
get
one
someone-
who.
Okay, so we need a fourth person to film for us.
No, we can put cameras down. Like we don't have a fourth person standing over there right now, do we?
Well, it would be better with dynamic action camera shots.
It would be.
Maybe a or fourth person to be like announcer.
We could.
And Missy's in the lead. And Missy's in the lead.
I bet
Or we
Stacy.
could just like
Stacy,
Voice
be
over.
our announcer. You can be our announcer. You can do the live action camera for ass races.
You just have to have
I would love to do it.
You just have to have the announcer voice. And Missy's in the lead with Ariana falling up close behind and Ron struggling because he tripped over his own balls.
And I could have her lube me up. I would just like happy baby it and be like getting my, it's like when you're playing
I
pole
didn't even
position.
think of lubing up.
Like-
Dude, that's like taking steroids.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm thinking about her lubing up though like that? I 2 words, snail trail.
I think
Well-
that's cheating.
Well, I was thinking like like when you're playing pole position and you like your wheels are turning blue and you go over and they take your wheels off. It'd be like that. You're going over for a pit stop. Stacy would be the camera operator, but she would also be my pit crew. I'd be like, I need a lube up, and I'd have her lube me up, and then we'd just be like, and just get going.
So it's gonna be naturally occurring lube from yourself or never mind.
Yeah, I think it has to be naturally occurring.
That's great, Ron. You're gonna have to get your anal glands to like really. He'd probably win. He
Probably because he's gonna
butthole's
slide.
moist.
No, because he's
sliding
all fucking
jizz.
hairy and he's gonna like slide across it because he's all fucking
It's
hairy.
it's gonna create an air that so he's gonna be like a
Not actually touching the ground, but like a hoverboard or
yes.
something. The only problem is if anything
little
goes
fucking things will be like crawling. Like,
the only thing is if anything goes wrong, it's gonna just be all burned hair smell.
I was gonna say like
worst smell ever.
if the hovercraft breaks, it's just gonna be like he's gonna be on a fire on the side of the pit stop. Then you pull over on the side of the
Stacy will pull out like a freaking fire extinguisher.
I'm all for this. She's all for this. She would be all for this. I'm convinced. She's that awesome. She would love this.
What is that flavor?
Dude,
It's a sour. I don't even care about the beer right now.
Kool-Aid or something.
Yeah.
I want our ass floor races. It does smell like.
It was like pear and
Ooh, it smells a lot like Kool-Aid.
it tastes
Strawberry,
like Kool-Aid.
rhubarb, prickly pear, lemon limeade sour.
It tastes like Kool-Aid too.
Yeah. We got a little bit bitter Kool-Aid. It's that lime. It's the limeade in it.
It's really good.
Oh fuck yes. Now
I think
this
it's a sour, so that's going to be sour. But I think it would be amazing without the limeade in it.
it'd be okay, but I think it'd be too just sweet. This is one of those that I feel without the limeade in it, it wouldn't be the sour that it needs to be.
Maybe. Well, you know what? It wouldn't be a sour at all. But because of the way it smells, I'm like craving that taste, and I can't smell the sour. I smell the sweet.
It's like the perfect amount of tart.
So I was nomming the fuck out of Sour Patch Kids on the way home from work the other day, and I've been on like a tart kick since.
Did you get a swollen tongue?
No.
That's too bad.
No.
You should have gotten a swollen tongue in the name of Francis.
Yeah, Ron.
That's right.
No.
I didn't get to use my swollen tongue, so at least you could have.
Right. Well, you know what? Ron's too negligent to get a swollen tongue and use it on Francis. So next time you get a swollen tongue, guess who you're going to?
Good.
Yeah.
I'll take
she thought she was going to have to use it on Ron. I'm good. Oh, wait, Francis? Yeah, I totally get it on Francis.
Just go, man, where are you going to use that at? Because I ain't got a vagina. I'll make sure to wipe extra good that day.
Wash. Don't just wipe extra good. I've heard of how you wipe and the mess you leave. You're probably leaving that much of a mess in your asshole.
So
Get a bidet installed there.
that just reminded me. So have you heard of like guys that don't wash their asshole because they feel like it's gay if they touch their ass?
I have heard of that.
So, and also there's like a whole fucking lane of people that don't wash their legs because they have
You have to bend
naturally
over?
clean legs, is what they say. And I'm like, you just let the soap run down your legs apparently, and it cleans it. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that.
I mean,
That's bullshit. Like,
slightly a little bit, but your dead skin cells need exfoliated off because they have dirt in them. So you need to,
Right.
the outside dirt might not be there. The sweat and grime might be minimal if you're letting like the shower water is, you have a powerful shower and you're letting the soap and the water run. Okay, cool. But your dry ass dead skin cell legs are going to look nasty if you're not exfoliating
Dude, that's
them.
disgusting.
Like,
At least wash them every once in a while.
so like every time I work on anything in the garage, particularly when I'm wearing shorts, my legs come back black and dirty and just gross as shit because I'll just sit down on the ground in there, you know?
Right.
And it's like, no, I gotta scrub the fuck out of those things. They get special attention because they get nasty.
Right.
Maybe these people like don't do stuff like that. They just sit around and
People are dumb.
I mean, like, even if I'm like wearing blue jeans, I still feel the need to just scrub the ever living shit out of it, you know?
But at the same time, our bodies are designed to clean themselves. And so you will stink because you're messing with the pH, you're adding soap, this is unnatural, and all the shit you're doing. I've heard a couple different studies of where people, it's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks minimum that you do not bathe. And your body will be back to normal how it's supposed, like a dog or a cat, you know, like, you know, they don't bathe, but they're usually generally pretty clean. Like, you know, they're not.
Unlike Jade, who stinks.
She does, well, you bathe her. You said you bathed her like 2 days ago and probably didn't dry her, and now she's got doggy pH imbalance. But if you do that, like, and you're just using like a dry bath. Like, I think a lot of people who do not have running water like that and do not have soap, they use a dry bath, or they just get in the water and they don't stink. Like,
The only thing I could say about that is, okay, I believe you with one caveat. Okay, so I'm thinking of like things that are going to be in the natural world. So like if I'm in the woods doing shit, you know, building shit, you know, nothing that's involving like oil, grease, and chemicals.
fact.
I totally agree with that. But as soon as you introduce like, you know, in my case, motor oil, gasoline, any of that sort of
Well,
stuff.
you'll just smell like that, but you won't smell like, you won't be as rancid body-wise as...
But that shit's
But
good.
you'll feel gross.
Yeah.
That's just it. You'll feel gross. And probably people who touch you will think you feel gross too. But your body's supposed to get rid of the majority of everything else.
Yeah. But from that particular standpoint, like some of the dirt and crap that's been on me.
Right.
Yeah, it'll wear off after a while. Like I get it in the cracks of my hands and
Right.
with a lot of oil. Yeah, it wears off after a while, but still, you know?
But the people that are climbing into the shower and letting the soap run down their legs, they're not doing themselves a favor because they're allowing that shit to touch them and they're not scrubbing like they need to.
Get a fucking loofah, get a washcloth. some fucking soap, something, man, and just scrub that shit.
Dude, there is a lot of people out there also that think it's disgusting to use a washcloth. They're like, what do? You like wash your ass and then wash your face with it again? I'm like, you fucking throw it in the washer after you wash your ass with it.
You don't use the same washcloth like 50 times. You don't sit there and go, well, that shower's done.
The thing
hang that up and use it the next time.
I'm like, is it bad? Like, is it still bad if you throw it in the washer and wash it and throw it in the dryer? I mean, I'm pretty sure the dryer is gonna like
just like the towels that you use when you wash and dry them things.
The thing of it is, if you left it in the shower and you're like, oh, I left this in the shower. The next day, you can put soap on it, and then you're scrubbing it like this.
True.
Because I've done that before.
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
I'm just like, fuck, I can't find a washcloth. I'll just use this one, and then I scrub it together, super easy. It's super easy. And then you rinse it, rinse it, and ring it a few times. Literally takes less than 5 minutes.
But the
you
thing
get a clean
is,
fucking
I feel
cloth.
like it's gonna start getting moldy and shit.
Well, I don't leave it in there.
the way soap works though is that it like the electrolytes or something.
It makes water wetter, so it cleans better.
So it's like dirt won't stick to it. So if you have like soap, on you, it's like it's not gonna stick to it. But anyway, I don't wash my ass and my face with a washcloth. I wash my face with my hands.
For a second, she's like, I don't wash my
washcloth.
She was about to say, I don't wash my ass. I'm like, well,
I use a washcloth on my ass.
But it's like I literally go from head to toe.
top to bottom.
Like, good.
Wash the
and then,
to the ground.
To be fair, like I use a really soapy cloth from head to toe. And then I'll rinse it some so it's not too overly soapy. And then I get like the sensitive spots with less soap because I don't want it too my asshole and my puss. Like
she's all like,
I'm gonna use the most vulgar language I can.
Sensitive spots, your pussy and your booty hole.
That's
I wash
right.
my face last because it gets sweaty.
That's fair.
I wash my face multiple times. If I got like the full beard going on, I'll shampoo that bullshit.
I go from here, like my ears, down, and then I wash my sensitive spots, and then I wash my face.
That's fair. The sensitive spots.
If I got the full beard going on and this little thing, I'll shampoo and condition it so it stays nice and soft.
You always have it going on. You don't have it not going on.
Well, like this shit. The side part of it. Do I put beard oil on it? I haven't put any on this, but when I had the full beard, yes.
So you would just put it on the sides, but not this.
Well, I put it all around when I held the full beard because it got itchy on the sides. But right here, I generally don't. Right now, I'm not keeping it long enough. It's just been too damn hot. Here, depending on what I decide to do for Halloween, I may let it grow out. I may not. But from Halloween on till probably, spring, I'll just let it grow.
That's fair. And also, I guess I'm thinking sensitive spots because if you put too much soap on it, you're just going to scrub that shit and you're going to take all the good bacteria away and you're going to get a massive infection. So you got to do it for sensitive skin because you're not putting too much soap on it, but you got to get yourself clean.
Now, when I wash the sensitive spots, I like to take...
He does this.
I like to take Missy's hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, punch him in the balls. Punch him in the balls.
And then when this extra weird liquid comes out, that's just the soap from the soap dispenser that Missy uses.
That's what he uses on his face.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That'd be fun. He washes his face multiple times. So he washes his face one with the soap and water and all that good shit and the shampoo and the beard. And then when he jerks off and gets the weird...
No, washes it with the sensitive spot.
Moisturizing.
That's right. It's washing it again. That's why he washes multiple times.
It got real quiet all of a sudden.
It did. It's just like...
That was awkward.
Cricket. Like, what are we talking about now? We no longer have the dog rubbing her ass on the floor.
No,
we're not talking about...
No, she's eating her ass right now.
Awesome. We're not talking about our asshole floor races.
I told my one story I had.
Well, let's see. I haven't had anything weird.
I finally got those ADHD papers taken in.
There you go.
It's official.
Highway to hell, highway to squirrel.
Yeah.
When you had the ADHD papers, I was like really confused because did you say you printed out some papers?
No, I got papers and to fill out for it. Like, I was supposed to fill out a paper, and then I was supposed to have somebody else fill out a paper, like, that knows me.
Gotcha.
And then they compare the two.
Ah, interesting. So I didn't know how that went.
Yes.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
How we doing?
Pretty okay.
So that's pretty cool. Now I know I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, I don't think ADHD is truly a fucking idiot.
No, it's not. But I know why I do stupid things.
Right. It's like, not that you now know you're a fucking idiot. You've always known that.
I have an excuse now, bitches.
You're a certified idiot.
Hell yeah.
It's like, you know why you're an idiot now. Yes, it's such a relief. Ah, yes. I can see that, yeah.
Hell yeah. So now whenever somebody's like, what the fuck did you do that for? I have ADHD, bitch.
Don't flaunt my disability.
I would like have papers that I would fill out for every type of thing you could have them filled out for, and then I'd have all my friends fill out the papers, and I would take them in and have them compare it, and they just look at me and be like, "You're a fucking horrible person."
Or just tell me honestly, are you trying to get into the handicap spots?
Me or her?
Her.
No, I'm the type of person that parks all the way in the back.
Because that 20 extra seconds of walking is fucking great for your health.
Well, because I just don't give a shit.
That's cool. I always park next to the cart corrals because nobody ever uses the cart corrals. And then it's like, sweet, my car is not going to get hit by a cart because nobody uses those. Or if they do, they're like responsible about it.
I'm just like, wherever the fuck I see a spot first. The ex, she would drive around a Walmart parking lot for like 5 or 10 goddamn minutes. In a perfectly nice day, looking for the closest spot right by the front door.
I
just park wherever it's not that crowded.
I used to park the farthest spot, but then it was like, sometimes it's hot or sometimes it's cold. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do that.
I'm like, there's no cars over there. I'm going to park over there. That's pretty much what it is.
And I have a general, like, area that I typically park because if I don't, I will fucking lose my...
Same.
Where the fuck did I park?
I do that at work, too.
I always park based off of, okay, am I here for groceries or am I here for, like, other shit? You know?
True.
Right, you have the particular door that you go to.
So are you staring at the dog during the ass eating
I
thing?
wondered what she was doing.
Because that's her hobby.
Well, I thought she would, like, piss on my floor for a second, but I think it's just, like, a dark spot on the floor. She was, like, had her ass on it, and she stood up, and there was a wet spot. And, like, she was...
It's not from where she was licking.
That's from ass eating.
Cool.
Well, when you become a 13-year-old dog...
you have every right to eat your ass.
You have hobbies and habits, and one of those happens to be ass eating. If you were, it was 13 times 7. If you're like a 90-some-odd-year-old lady and you wanted to eat your own ass, I mean, and you're able to.
She eats her ass because of dementia.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to those days.
That's right. Hell yeah.
Why are you eating your ass, old lady Ariana? What?
It tastes like ice cream. I'm trying to take a nap.
Good thing I kept up on this yoga shit all these years.
Right, there you go.
Oh yeah. Which reminds me of that fucking picture that Ron sent, and I'm like,
yeah,
completely creeped out by.
Yeah, it was a bunch of people doing yoga with like this dude yoga instructor.
Oh my god!
Like,
right?
He was like, I swear he had his hands on like pushing.
It literally looked like he was trying to pick him up like fucking bowling balls with his fingers in
like this, and I think he was trying
like this.
I think he was trying to push them down so they could flex better.
I think he was copying a feel.
Right, he was like,
oh, he was totally copying a feel, but you know, it's for
that's
the
what
sake,
he was trying to
use.
It's the sake of Zen yoga, but he looked like he was trying to push them down so they could get more into the position. The position of, I'm going to treat you bitches like a bowling ball.
I like, how did they not immediately flip out? Like, I would probably just kick him in the head.
Because afterwards he said, Shavasana.
Shavasana. I would have flipped
Namaste.
out. I just
get your fucking hands off me.
Screaming, what the fuck are you doing? Whoop-ah! Like, I just would have killed him, motherfucker. That's not nice.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy.
It's very creepy.
I think
No, you say namaste afterwards and it's okay. Namaste.
I think yoga men are creepy.
Creepy Ron.
Dude, I used to watch this
Ron
guy.
used to do yoga.
Like, back. Okay.
I try not to be creepy.
Men yoga instructors. Well, maybe not all. Probably not all men. But anyway, like the guy I used to watch, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I'd get off work and I'd come home. It was like 6, 7 o'clock. And then he would be on, and it was always like he didn't get creepy as that guy, but it was like he's always like kind of like touching their butts and like pushing them in a certain way. And I'm like, dude, he's being creepy because he doesn't do that shit to the dudes.
He should have.
The women.
The women can usually be more flexible than the dudes. He should have been helping the dudes out.
Exactly.
Well, it was like I said in that chat, there's always like that weird, bizarre, is it or isn't it not sexual energy in some of those situations?
I think guys have a harder time reading that than girls do because girls
it
are like,
is.
it's
true.
creep.
It's,
You know,
it all
creep.
is.
And
It
the
all
guys
is.
are like, I don't know, she might like me. And then it's like, no, she's just being nice.
She's just too fucking stunned and too feels like too much of a victim to like, oh my god, I can't stand up for my like.
Oh my god, he
just the
stuck his
fact
thumb up
that-
my asshole.
Right.
So I like when I was younger, I would have so many experience because I'm just like usually nice to people, you know.
Right.
So it's like somebody would come up and talk to me in a bar or whatever, and I'd just be nice to them or whatever. Like, you've been flirting with me. Like if I like
Did you talk to a woman?
if I like shot them down or something, rejected them,
You'd
they'd
be
get
a
fucking
bitch.
pissed, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you were flirting. Blah. I'm like, I'm just being nice, dude. You came up and talked to me. I'm not
Like,
gonna be like, fuck you.
So I feel that because there are times it's just like, you know, I see a good looking woman and I will compliment you. You look very pretty. I like your shirt. You know, I like your shoes, whatever. And there's been plenty of times I get like, well, you're a creeper. It's like, I'm just playing you a genuine compliment. Yeah, you're hot as hell, but I know you definitely don't want to sleep with me. But it's like figuring out, like, from the experiences of how many creeper dudes have done that with the, you're pretty, can I touch your butthole?
Right.
You know?
It's to someone who's lacks confidence or self-esteem or just, I mean, anybody can throw them off guard. It just is simply paralyzing. It's very immediately like, oh, what do I do? I don't know how to react. Most people would not like.
I try. I won't say I always succeed, but I try to be very conscientious of that sort of thing.
Right.
So I don't come off as a creeper. I don't know how well I always succeed, but I try. So I guess that's like part of effort.
But I think a lot of men read women that are just being nice to them as like they're flirting with me. And
Well,
really
in
they're
that
just being
same
nice.
breath, like how many like dudes have women that just come up just to be nice, just trying to genuinely be nice, and like the dude's brains are all, oh, she just wants my dick.
Right, and so also that kind of reminds me of like I was watching this thing on Netflix a while back, and it's just basically based on like they're taking surveys of a shit ton of people, and they'll have like just a bunch of people there, or they'll have them do something to see like, and they're putting them through different types of tests to see just like how guys do, how older people do, how people treat society, like just basically they're seeing a bunch of stuff. And so one of the things they had basically everybody rate themselves, and I think that was like the beginning thing where they had them rate themselves and they held up a card 1 to 10.
Like in which way? Like how?
Like 10 being the best, 1 like their looks.
Like all their looks, okay.
So, you know, and then 1 being the worst. And like they'll do something that singles people out. They're like, you know, stand up, do this if you're this, and they're showing who, you know, all the things. And like if you're a 10, you know, go here, and so you're seeing everybody thinks they're a 10. You're like, oh my god, you know, they're fucking like ugly. And then, you know, there's like a certain area of people that's just like, oh, they're better than what they're judging themselves. And so the part of that, like, is basically, like, everybody, so guys usually rate themselves 1 or 2 points higher, like, than what, like, the general, like, if you have a bunch of women look at him and be like, rate him on a scale of 1 to 10 based on his looks. She's, like, has him down at, like, let's say a 4, and he's got himself at, like, a 5, 6, or about a 6 or a 7. So then, like, and then you're like, oh, rate this girl. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, she's a fucking 8. And she calls herself like a 5 or a 6. And I guess that's like quite the standard throughout. Like, guys generally think that they're much better looking than girls think they are.
See, I know I'm an ugly, bald, fat piece of crap, but I have an ego about myself that makes me feel good.
I was getting ready to say you're not a piece of crap. So you're not an ugly piece of crap, but you're bald and fat. These are
I'll take it.
Because, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not ugly. Just when, you know, you're trying to stick your dick in her aunt's face, she's like, like she's getting ready.
Again, it was a good test because she's still not to the point where she's like, man, I've been single long enough that even that dick's looking good. Not to that point yet, kids.
I don't know if I get to that point.
Damn.
Love
With
you.
anybody.
Love you.
Alrighty.
I have things upstairs that
Oh,
do better
We've
than
seen
most
your
men.
collection.
She's
Were we
got
going to play a game of hide the things or
Hide
something?
the things.
Hide the sausage.
Hide the sausage.
Dark beer.
Sausage.
Sausages. I got sausages upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
vibrating sausages.
That'd be hilarious.
Some are wall plugs, some are dildos, some are just, the little
Fuku.
like eons ago, I still remember this.
I remember. I don't.
There
know
was
what
like
the
a
fuku-
late night infomercial years ago. This was like early 90s, and they were like, Fuku Uku, Japanese finger massager, a secret from the Orient. And it was like basically a finger massager that fit on these two fingers. And they kept showing them the whole commercial, people just going, my back is so much better. And it was just like, Uku Uku. And it was just like this. It's like, Fuku Uku. And they kept seeing like different Japanese women and all this shit. And it was just like, Fuku Uku, Japanese for fucking sex toy.
I really want to watch that.
It still smells smoky.
It does smell smoky.
Very.
I really don't think I paid attention to the smell of it. I know where the smells are coming from. Because me and Stacy tried
Like,
this.
not
Coffee?
bad.
Is there something coffee to it?
Give it a swirl. Give it a try.
It's sweet. Ooh.
Hmm.
It smells smoky, but it tastes kind of like chocolatey.
It's funny. I taste the chocolate in it too.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't. To me, it didn't register as smoke flavor the last time.
Ariana's pretty much saying everything I'm thinking flavor-wise.
No, Ron had it good though. He had part of the flavor profile right with coffee.
We'll just get that smell out of it.
Hickory smoked coffee.
It's not a hickory smoked coffee, no.
Do you want some bacon and eggs to go with this?
That would be good. It would have to be a hickory smoked type bacon and egg type breakfast.
Hell yeah. So get another one of these, bring them over for pre-beer next week, and I'll make some pancakes and bacon and eggs.
Oh shit, yeah. That bitch makes some good breakfast, let me tell you.
I bet you had probably saw this. If you were there and got the Hell's a Fire,
Yeah.
I saw that there. This beer was close to the Hell's a Fire.
Because we do so many darks, I've been trying to not do so many darks.
Right, but I try to get a good variety, but I always end up having to go to the one, ooh, that's good, I want the dark.
It has kind of like a bitter aftertaste. And it's almost like there's like spiciness to it.
Mm-hmm, there is spiciness to it.
So what do we got?
Like I didn't taste the spiciness at first, but now I'm getting it.
So what do we got?
So we got Arche Brewing.
Okay, I did see that.
Shit, I
Twitchy.
love that.
Oh, that's great. Imperial Stout aged on pumpkin pie, spiced coffee beans, and habanero, and it's a 9.25%.
Habanero, that's the
what
flavor.
it is.
So when me and Stacy first tasted this,
Good.
so I got that for her, and I actually
Corn shot?
Ah, yes, the porn shot. Fist in my asshole.
Fist your miss.
Fist in my miss. So, got the cheeks. But anyway, so this Twitchy, I brought the stuff last week thinking I was supposed to be the host last week. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get her in on the Mysterious Beerious. And she was going to taste it like before, I think I took it to her after I was supposed to bring it. And so you guys would have originally had it before, but then she would have got to try it shortly after. But then she got to try it before, and I got to try it before. And so I got that extra, and I got it for her originally. And I was like, oh, here's this. By the way, I didn't host tonight like I thought I would. So then she tried it. She's like, you want some? So I poured myself like a really small glass like I just did this. And then I'm drinking. I'm like, yeah, I don't taste any pumpkin in it whatsoever. I did not taste coffee. I did not taste chocolate either.
I don't get the pumpkin.
Yeah, and I didn't either.
The habanero is overpowering the pumpkin, but they're kind of, it's, how should I put it? So I've had like the Starbucks like pumpkin spice coffee or milk coffee drink that you just got out of the thing. That's like a very kind of a almost grossy pumpkin flavor. I get a little bit of that, and then mixing in the habanero kind of cuts out some of that.
So with this, Stacy and I both said it's strong on the coffee, and then you don't get a habanero taste, you just get that kick, like the spice kick. To me, it does not taste like habanero, so we said it mostly tastes like coffee. So I drank my small little glass of it, and she was like, she's drinking a lot more of it, and then she's like, I'm starting to taste pumpkin. So once that habanero and the coffee kind of you get desensitized to it, you start tasting the pumpkin, because then I poured more of her beer in my glass and I started drinking more of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to taste the pumpkin. So if you have more of it, you're actually, the farther you get into it, you get more desensitized to the habanero.
So when's the last time you had a Hob craft beer or anything with Hob in it, beer-wise?
I just had one of those hot blondes that we've tried. I think it was one of our first episodes.
Okay.
I just had one of those like a week or two ago.
So when I went that weekend, I went to Kings Island with old Zach Hawley there. And he brought a bunch of seltzers to try that.
Yes.
The Halloween pack. One of those was habanero, and it was just a habanero seltzer, and it was a very strong habanero flavor. And I'm getting a lot of that same texture flavor out of it. If that makes sense.
I dig it. I like it. It gives you like this warm feeling
in
all the way into your chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's almost like drinking whiskey or something.
But not so strong and potent. It's more flavorful, more delicious. That's why I like it.
Yeah, it's like you get that same sensation when you drink whiskey or something.
Right.
That same like warm feeling.
Oh,
I like that.
So talking about drinking maybe a little too much or not enough, take your pick. Been screwing around on the XM Radio app, and I discovered they've got this Rock Bar theme. Was it Rock Bar 313 channel? And I keep listening to that shit lately, and they'll occasionally have their announcer guy break in with different mixed drinks, and I'm just like, damn, that sounds good. Damn, that sounds good. And at 7 a.m. on the way to work, I'm like, damn, I could go for one of those. It's probably a bad thing, right?
No, because it just sounds delicious. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But no.
And they listed 4 drinks in a row when I was driving back and forth. So I drove all day today for work. And they're all basically vodka, something, and 7-Up. And I'm like, clear vodka, a dark vodka, any of that, and 7-Up plus
Never heard of a dark vodka.
Yeah. I was like, me
what
neither.
the fuck are you doing wrong?
That's what they were saying on
That
the
shit was delicious. I'm looking up dark vodka. And I did realize, Ariana's over here writing down, we did not rate our last beer. So...
that one, I think, is a 4.
I put that at
Last Splash.
Bramari.
Bramari.
I put it at a 3. It was good, but I'm just I wanted it to be sweeter.
So the thing said it was... My thoughts are 4 or 5. It would have been higher if we would have cracked it first, because it said, was it crack it or drink it quickly?
Right, yeah. Keep cold, drink.
If it would have been stupid refrigerator cold, it would have been perfect.
Maybe, possibly.
It's one of those that when it warms up...
How would you rate it?
What?
Will you rate it?
4 or 5.
4.5 or 4 or 5?
4.5.
Okay. Will you rate this one, guys? I think this one's a 4.5.
Yeah. It's right on up there.
It's not my favorite R shape.
I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, it's not my favorite R shape. I'll give it a 4.
That habanero makes it really fucking good, but it just maybe less bitter coffee and more pumpkin.
I like the bitterness of it. Yeah, I don't taste the pumpkin in it, but if it wasn't if pumpkin wasn't on that list, I would really
coffee habanero or something like that. You have more of it than what we had. You will start tasting that. Can't jelly my dick in your ass. But let's check in a Snapchat from me.
I just got the message bleep through.
Yes.
So Missy's sending me Snapchats of herself. Yeah. So what was the joke earlier?
I said, what's the difference between jelly and jam? Ron's like, I don't know. I was like, I can't jelly my dick in your ass.
That's right. So this here, it says The Spruce Eats, how to make black vodka. And then there's Aristoff black wild berry flavored vodka. And so that's the next 2 things. And then there's 2 recipes using the stunning black vodka distilled in Canada. What is dark vodka? What are the 3 types of vodka? That must be... I mean, I can't say that it's new, but at the same time, maybe it's new because I've never seen it.
Maybe it's something we just don't get around here because all we ever do for vodka around here is, the clearest... Kontachka, fucking Smirnoff.
The white trash.
Yeah.
This extremely smooth...
I always get the goose.
Vodka. I always got the cheap shit, and then I haven't
It depends on what I'm doing with it.
I haven't drank vodka in years. Beyond cheap shit years.
I can drink a whole fucking bottle of vodka.
That's the problem with
I'm
vodka.
pretty sure I was Russian in the past life.
There you go.
That is the problem with vodka. like, especially since I've started craft beering and doing all this with you guys, I don't drink the heavy liquors like I used to.
I don't need
Me
to.
neither.
I don't care for. I don't care to get like super trash.
It just gives me rot gut whenever.
Yeah, I don't
Like, if I'm going to start, I could do like a shot of something, and
Like one.
that's enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, I don't want to get super trash like you were saying, but just the liquors don't do it for me anymore.
So, this for the Aristoff Black Wildberry Vodka. Wildberry flavored vodka. Critic tasting note. Sinister inky black. This spirit's claim to fame is that it stains your tongue black. It has a sweet but ersatz blackberry blueberry aroma and flavor, like an energy drink. At 40 proof, it's not over alcoholic, but even diluted, it's still a scary, murky black, which might be an asset for Halloween party punches.
I'm thinking
It's
about.
got 84 out of 100 with wine enthusiasts.
I'm sitting here thinking about being inky black and dyeing my tongue black. So what's that going to do to my poop and my pee?
When you poop, your pee's not going to be anything.
What's it going to do to my poop, man?
It's totally going to make it be green at least.
Gonna have a hard night of drinking that shit and wake up later going, what the fuck did I do?
And then here's the how to make black vodka, which I'm just going to go with the fact that you add black dye. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to say you add black dye.
Add black dye or add some strong dark fruit
Squid ink?
juices.
Squid ink. What are you doing?
There's like a little tiny bug that keeps.
Okay, I thought.
There was one earlier, was like buzzing around your cup, and I picked it up. I was like,
it was doing that when we were eating too. It was like right around my freaking head. So out of curiosity, what do you guys rate yourselves?
I have a high level.
Out of 5 or 10?
Out of 10.
Ron's gonna be like, damn.
Well, we were rating beers out
This
of
is
5.
like she's a 10, you know?
Right.
He's a 10.
For a 42-year-old fat dude, like a 7.
That's good. I can have like my low moments where I'd be like, God, what the fuck? And I don't think that I would ever think that I'm like a 4. But like if I'm having a bad day or if I'm like just like disgusted, like super tired and just disgusted and like ugh, like if I was asked to rate myself, I would think that. But I would think like a 6 or 7, just like on an average look. If I've just like got up like today, I just put my hair up in a bun and I'm like. The outfit I wore, I kind of strategically planned. I'm kind of like, ooh, this would look good. This would look good. And ooh, my purple shoes, And so I'm like, oh yeah, I feel pretty good. So I'd be like more like maybe on that level of 7 or 8. But I think makeup holds that look together to where I could be like 8 or 10 those days.
See,
and I vary. I'm very like.
I'm kind of like that too.
I don't have a set like this is who I am. So maybe I could average it at like a 7. Bad days.
So what do you rate
good
yourself?
days.
I would say somewhere between a 6 and an 8.
Right,
normally.
right. That's how I would typically.
Depending on how good I feel.
Right, yeah.
See, I typically, like, if you just want to go off physical looks, I'm going to rate myself like a 6. But I feel like my personality hopefully makes up for it.
I'm just messing with you.
Or you have such a killer personality, but your looks are kind of like, womp womp. That's how it brings you down to a 6. Like, damn, he's a 10, but he has a face. Womp womp. Like, and it takes you down to a 6.
That's my only thoughts on the topic.
Oh, that's good stuff.
I know I need to lose weight. I has no hair. I could get things to grow my hair back, but
But you got killer eyebrows, and like this this gray beard shit is fucking cool.
Right, your eyebrows. Maybe you should just get them no. He doesn't need to get them like waxed, but just keep them maintained. Like so, they would technically be waxed, but they're not. You're not having anything taken away from them. It's just they're being cleaned up and neatened. So,
I think they're good the way they are.
So here's a question for you guys.
And get your nose hairs plucked.
Yeah, keep. Everyone.
To be fair, I don't see any today, so I can't pick on you for that today.
Your nose hairs do not blend into your mustache.
So since we're talking about like self-centered ego things, with the changes that have happened at work, I have decided that come this spring, what I'm going to do. How would you like me if I was like this all the time?
I I could deal with it, but at the same time, I can't deal with it now because you're so squinty and your eyes are so small. You look like a fucking mole. Every time I've ever and do you shave your face and head with your I mean, you probably have to, but
I do. Usually glasses are about the line. It's true. Because there's a little tuft of hair there.
You got little long hairs there where your glasses went.
I can't see to shave my head there, man.
Right, I get it.
Get a
because
magnifying mirror.
It doesn't
you could
work.
have an old man magnifying glass or a monocle. Like you'd have to have a monocle so you could just be like the one side. Get a pair of glasses and chop them in half.
Or you could just take your glasses off and go like this.
Yeah, the thing is a prescription to have free side. But I've
Well,
decided...
then
The
turn
other
it
way.
upside down.
Come on, Ron.
But I've decided...
Trying to make excuses.
But come this spring, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and get, I'm going to shoot for some LASIK shit.
You know, and I was trying to be nice. Because last week how I poked at your head and said you missed a spot right there, I was going to leave it alone this week, but since you pulled your glasses off and we have that right there, you still have this spot that you missed right here that still totally needs to be shaved.
That grew back out.
Oh, hell. No, this right here. This,
I don't know, Ron. I think glasses make your look. But you should go for the LASIK if you want to.
Right.
I'm going to go for the LASIK because I'm tired of fucking glasses, man.
Because I think
he's tired of having that long hair right here where his glasses
glasses or
sit.
no glasses. I think I look cool with glasses.
Absolutely. I like the glasses.
I have wore glasses since I was 4 years old. But the capacity to just get up and go and not where's, blurry and shit. Look at that shit. Come on.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
What,
There's no fucking way. Mine aren't that bad.
Jesus. Ooh. Oh, wow. The looking into the light is absolutely killer. And then I have this. It looks like blurry but far now, and it's really fucked up looking to me. Oh my God, your head's so huge.
So give her my glasses when she ever sucks my dick.
Right there you go. You get chick with my type of eyesight. Put the glasses on, and make your wiener look huge.
Are yours 20/20?
As I would feel like I don't see as well as I used to, really small detailed things, but I don't know that I haven't been tested in years. But I had always been 20/20. But I feel like I could and should get tested, but Jesus God. They're not as thick as they used to be. I remember when I met you, they were fucking cold motherfuckers.
Glasses technology has gotten shit ton better. I used to not be able to wear contacts because they couldn't make them strong enough.
Right. This is creepy because your head is it looks like a huge peanut. Right here in my face. But then everything out here looks like it's so far away.
I want to try.
And you got a huge head too. Oh, jeez, go ahead. She was like, I want to try.
Oh my God. Everything just looks blurry to me. I can't see shit.
Let me see yours.
I would say wrong with the cat eye glasses.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. I feel like I'm drunk. If I was...
Oh my God, gay!
Am I hot?
He's so gay.
Do I look
super
hot?
hot, Ron.
Do I look
Can you
hot?
see?
Everything's there's a layer of Vaseline on my eyes.
Probably because... Man, this is like being drunk, dude.
It is. It feels like you're on some kind of fucking almost psychedelics. For me, because everything looked so far, but then Ron's face looked like it was right here.
Yeah.
So you
And a
remember?
big peanut
Everything
face.
trails when you turn your head and shit. It's like...
So you
I'm just gonna
I
get
can't do it,
Ron's
man. That's gonna give me a
prescription.
headache.
so you remember?
Ariana's is actually pretty decent for me, except for out here far where this computer is. That's where it starts to get blurry. That shit looks good, but it's weird. The writing on the can, this can right here is blurry. Oh hell.
So you remember years ago we went kayaking that time and I lost my glasses
Yes.
and I had to go 2 weeks without.
Yes.
And it's one of those things where I was, I remember going 2 weeks without, everything was really blinding bright at first. Then my eyes adjusted. I figured out that because my prescription is so badass, it's basically just, you ever do the whole, magnifying glass over the ant trick they always talk about and shit? Yeah, it was like that, but with my retinas.
So it's burning your eyeballs.
That's why I always have to put freaking sunglasses on over top of these fuckers when I'm driving.
That would be fair.
Damn.
A lot of people do have to wear. I'm pretty good. Like, I don't have to wear sunglasses. I don't have that issue. I don't have that sensitive. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't.
I miss wearing sunglasses.
But I'm really good at just relaxing my eyes, and my eyelashes usually just kind of block a lot of that shit for me.
I had so many different pairs of sunglasses when we were kids. Like, I would wear I had pink ones, I had yellow lenses,
I always had
blue lenses, I had red lenses.
Multiple pair of sunglasses,
and
too.
I was also always high, so I would wear sunglasses.
To hide the eyes.
Yeah.
You had to.
Man, we had Beat the Teacher night for the kids.
Beat the teacher.
Meet the Creature night. Beat the teacher, meet the teacher, whatever. For the kids' senior year tonight, we were walking in. She walked in wearing her sunglasses. She's like, it's not school yet. They're not going to yell at me for wearing sunglasses because it's not dress code time yet. And she's like,
well,
what?
she's going to be able to wear fucking pasties and a bottom that's like fucking really revealing and have no other clothes on. Like, there's dress code.
She wouldn't do that, but
obviously she wouldn't.
But she's like, she's like, I don't even get why
that's
they...
the argument.
She's
like I would.
She's like, I don't even get why they make me do that anyway. I'm like, because the teacher can't tell if you're asleep or not. Well, they could hear me snore, and I'm like...
Not everybody snores.
No.
Because the teacher can't tell if you're high or not.
I always used to sleep in class, and I would just go like this, like I was pretend like I was reading my book.
Do you remember that one time? I don't know,
God.
were you there when Landon fell asleep?
Oh yeah, I drooled all over his desk.
Yeah, it was just like fucking drooling out, and his mouth was like sitting like this, and all you just see is like drool coming down. That was like Spanish class or something, wasn't it?
Was it? No, because
it was in that room. Was it Spanish class?
I don't remember. See, I was not in your Spanish class, but I remember that happening.
Do you remember seeing it, or did I just?
I remember seeing it. Okay. I feel
Senor
like
Landon,
class was in that room.
Senor Landon de
we
Drulo.
hardly ever had class together though.
Yeah.
So what class would we have been
allowed?
Right. Well.
We did have the one Spanish class together though with Hardin.
But we didn't.
We did because we were in the back of the writing on the board and shit.
No, we would write you would write it just was an all day event. I would go there early in the morning and write because you and Sam skipped lunch to be at my lunch, or you didn't skip lunch. You skipped Spanish to be at my lunch because I had an early lunch because I had science when you guys had lunch.
I don't remember that.
I do remember that.
I swear there was one year when me and you were together in Spanish class though, and
Yes,
we
I
would
was
just
biting
stand
your
up
elbow.
in the back of the classroom and fucking write on the board and shit, and just
we would just go into her classroom and do that.
maybe we would.
I know there was we would
remember.
do that during school events, games and shit, that she was still there after school doing work. She always had her door unlocked. So sometimes she would be in there, sometimes she wouldn't, but her door would be unlocked, so we'd go in there and fuck with shit. Because I remember it was me and Jenny Head. Jenny Head. But we would be in class together, and I moved our desks to the back, and I copied off of her all the time because she actually knew what she was doing, but I wouldn't copy everything word for word, and then I would intentionally get a couple things wrong so I wouldn't get in trouble for copying off of her. And then there was also she had this magazine rack in the back, and I would put she would have the tests and it would look exactly like a study guide. And so I would put the paper back there and I would just look at it as I was doing my test, because I'd be I would just look at this right here because I just sit right. She never, maybe she noticed and she didn't care and she just didn't want to deal with me.
Usually.
No, I don't think she really cared a lot about shit. She probably just didn't want to deal with me. She's well, just let her be alone. She's doing all right. Or maybe she just really didn't realize that kids were that conniving and eager to cheat.
Maybe. I doubt it though. I think she just didn't care.
Alright, maybe.
So we're coming up on time.
No, we're not.
Right, we're still having fun. I haven't even still finished this beer yet.
Well, shut up, bitch!
Absolutely not. I'm just going to sit here like this and wait.
For the rest of our lives.
Absolutely.
Fuck you,
With
Ron.
Jade just sitting here like this.
Right, she's going to poop on you. She's going to rub her ass all over you. She's going to leave a turd trail. The doggy do 500.
Suck a dick! Suck a dick, you hoe!
That's right.
I'm an old lady dog. I'm gonna go do things on the floor now. Bye.
So,
There. Okay, bye,
I'm
dog.
trying to think of what I learned today.
Absolutely. I learned that our ass floor races are going to be epic. It's going to be so fucking amazing.
You remember, I think it was the movie Fantasia, where the mop or broom or whatever it was like walking across the floor. I feel like
That's
that's Ron's
wrong.
ass hair.
I would see that.
We need Mickey Mouse in the background. When he needs to wear Mickey Mouse ears and the sorcerer's hat, okay?
That would be Ron. You would do that.
Okay.
You would wear the Mickey ears, the sorcerer's hat.
Maybe like a red robe.
Yeah, and then like you would just look like the broom like the broom bristles, like. And I don't know what we would be.
I don't know. Maybe my ass hair would do that too.
I waxed my ass hair today.
Man, I was talking with a coworker this week about laser hair removal and shit.
Oh, I love this.
And I was talking with her about these things, and I was just like, how much it's going to cost her and how long. And I was just sitting there going, huh.
How much?
It was like, depending on where she goes, like $3,000 to $5,000, and it would take like 12 months to get all the hair removed. And I'm just like,
that would be so nice.
But see, it would cost us a lot less because this person is transgender, going from male to female. And I feel like it would take Ron so much more money and longer. But the thing when he was talking about that earlier, the thing that I wondered was like, I don't know. Well, because I thought you were talking about your dog. I thought you said your dog was gonna like talking to you about laser hair removal.
Yes, the little deaf ass dog was like, I think I want laser hair removal.
And then
I'm a 13-year-old Shih Tzu that can't hear. Please laser hair remove me.
And then so it kind of morphed into a conversation about trans people. They go from one to the other and actually have full surgery and everything. Are there any of them that ever... I feel like some people might regret it, but do they go and get the surgery back, and does it actually look good, or does it look super butchered?
I don't know. I remember like one of those like TV talk show things once about a trans couple that got married. Like basically, woman went from woman to man, and then she married a woman
Who wanted to go to a man?
No. The woman was like had something wrong and couldn't give birth. So
the
man still had like
the uterus and stuff like that. I've seen that because they were there with the beard and had the fucking baby inside them and everything.
They went and got pregnant, even though they were post after the fact and had the wiener and everything.
Well, it just had to be a C-section.
Yeah, but still, it was just like, okay.
It's doable. But I just wonder how many times you could get that surgery, like back and forth, ping pong, before it annihilates your genitals.
Well, so talking to the coworker there, it sounds like they have a requirement for a whole lot of like counseling and things before to make sure you want to do that. There's like a required number of counseling sessions.
Yes, there is.
And the coworker was extremely concerned that with all of like the Roe v. Wade being pulled and all this other stuff, there's a healthy amount of Republican senators out there that just want to take away even their right to do that to themselves.
Right.
And that like apparently there's a little bit of a rush going on for some of those surgeries just to get them done.
I would believe it because everybody's afraid they won't be able to get it done after the fact.
Yeah. I'm just like, man, how bad would that suck? Not like, the desire to have that change. That's fine. But like
the desire to do it without being able to do it.
Yeah, it's the control over, So hey, this is your body, Missy. If you want to get these boobs cut off, you're not allowed to do it.
Right.
Because some senator somewhere to say, you know what? You need to keep those boobs. Doesn't matter if you could have like, possible breast cancer at some point in your future.
Well, I feel like if that's, they're not going to eliminate the removal of them if you have breast cancer. But if let's say everybody in your family has it or has had it. And then you're like, well, I want to get rid of them just so I won't get it. If they say, no, you can't do that or whatever.
Yeah, it's that same sort of thought.
You can't elect to do it.
Yeah, I just outed myself as extremely that way. But
I understand that.
But you already pretty much knew that I'm pretty like, what the fuck ever you want to do with yourself, you do it,
Right, it's your fucking body. You should be able to. And if insurance doesn't want to cover it for whatever reason, you should be able to pay out of pocket for it.
Yeah. As long as the doctor's willing to do it and do it safely, fuck it.
Hell,
no back alley coat hanger abortions because that doesn't sound safe.
I've seen there was an episode of some weird show that I was watching where someone wanted to chop off their legs because they felt like an amputee. Like they literally. Okay, the one thing about that is they would then have to receive disability benefits. So, like,
if they're going to if you just want to like lop your knees off, that finding a doctor to do that is going to be really questionable to find a doctor. Number two, like, I question the mental stability of that and how much counseling is going to be required to decide that.
Right. But so, I don't know how that works, but as far as someone being man feeling like it should be a woman's body or being a woman feeling like they should be in a man's body, I have been told that it is literally like you're wearing a costume every day of your life that you can't get out of. So you don't feel like you're in your own skin. You don't feel right.